In the days when the Harmattan still listened to human voices, there lived a woman called Nkiru in a small Igbo village where the land was stubborn but faithful. She married Chinedu, a man whose dreams were bigger than his barn. Chinedu had learning but no lifting hand. Nkiru had strength and patience. When people asked Nkiru why she chose Chinedu, she would smile and say nothing. It was not because he had riches, for his father left him only an old mud house and debts. It was not because he had land, for his farm could barely feed a goat. It was because Nkiru believed that a man could grow if the soil around him was good, and she became that soil. When hunger visited their home, it met Nkiru before it reached Chinedu. She rose before the cock crowed, tied her wrapper tight, and went to the farm. She planted cassava, cocoyam, and maize. On market days, she fried gari until her eyes burned from smoke, yet she did not complain. She carried baskets heavier than her body, while Chinedu sat with books and dreams of tomorrow. At night, when Chinedu spoke of becoming someone important, Nkiru listened. She nodded even when her back throbbed with pain. She believed his words because belief was the only wealth they had. When Chinedu said he wanted to learn more, Nkiru sold her earrings. When he said he wanted to try business, Nkiru borrowed money in her name. When he said the village was too small for his destiny, Nkiru did not argue. It was she who said the city's name first. "Go to Lagos," she told him one evening as they sat under the moon. "That is where roads open for men like you." Chinedu looked at her for a long time. "And you?" he asked. "I will hold the house," Nkiru replied. "I will hold the children. I will hold the waiting." On the day Chinedu left, Nkiru packed his bag carefully. She wrapped his food, counted his money twice, and tied his sandals with steady hands. She prayed quietly, not asking for riches, only that the city would not change his heart. Lagos welcomed Chinedu with noise and dust. At first, it did not smile at him. He slept where he could, worked where he was allowed, and remembered the village with longing. During those days, he wrote letters to Nkiru. He told her of struggle and hope. He thanked her for believing in him when nobody else did. Nkiru read every letter aloud. She showed them to the children and told them their father was building something strong for them. And when food was scarce, she reminded herself that suffering has meaning when hope walks beside it. Slowly, Lagos opened its hands to Chinedu. He found better work. He dressed better. His voice changed. The dust of the village faded from his shoes, and somewhere between bus stops and bright lights, he met Funke. Funke laughed easily. She lived in the city. She knew the language of progress. She met Chinedu when his pockets were no longer empty and his shoulders were no longer bent. She admired his ambition and the way confidence sat on him like fine cloth. She did not know Nkiru. Back in the village, Nkiru noticed the change before anyone spoke of it. The letters reduced. The money came late. When she asked questions, Chinedu answered with impatience. He said Lagos was demanding. He said she worried too much. Still, Nkiru waited. She worked harder. She raised the children. She defended her husband's name when neighbors whispered. She reminded herself of the man she married, not the silence he had become. One Harmattan season, Chinedu returned to the village. He did not come with joy, only with words prepared in advance. He said he had outgrown the village. He said life had moved him forward. He said Nkiru would not understand the man Lagos had made him. Nkiru listened without interruption. When he finished speaking, she asked only one question. "When you were nothing but a dream and hunger, Whose hands fed that dream? Chinedu said nothing. He left the village again, this time without looking back. And Nkiru remained, standing where she had always stood, among the children, the land, and the truth. He later divorced Nkiru and married Funke in Lagos, built a house with high fences and low loyalty. But the elders say this: a man who forgets the woman who built him will one day look for her in the dust. Chinedu's Lagos life shone like new paint, but rain soon came. His business failed, his city marriage cracked under pressure. And when Chinedu finally returned to the village, tired and humbled, Nkiru was no longer waiting. She had raised her children. She had built herself a new life with a new man who adored her. Moral lesson: a man who forgets the hands that built him will one day search for them when the ground begins to shake. Do not abandon the soil that fed your roots, for height without gratitude is the beginning of a fall.